Welcome back everyone on this tutorial, that is online content. Now, if I talk about the content which we can use digitally, which we can use online, then that content is termed as the content which is available online. So we'll learn most of the things which are incurred in the online content. The very first thing is we must know what is open access. Now, open access is the content which is digital, online, free of charge. It doesn't cost a penny to us, and it is free from most of the copyright and licensing restriction that content is coined as open access. So whatever I'm using online, whatever I'm using digitally in the form of PDF, images, presentations, it must be free of cost. It doesn't cost anything to me, and it must be free from all the copyright and licensing restrictions. Then that fall under the category of open access. Now, what does open access removes? It removes two things from our content. There should be no price barriers, it should be free, and it should remove all the permission barriers. That is, it should not have any copyright or plagiarism thing on that, so that I can use it very easily without that problem of having copyright issues or licensing issues on my content. Here the second thing is, what does open education means? So it is a growing body of shared educational resources which is built on two principles. So we can say that it is an entire body which is working for online education, so that we can share the educational resources, and it must be based on two principles. The first principle says that today's technology make it possible to share information and knowledge around the world. So the first principle states that we must have that technology by which we are able to share the information and knowledge around the world, around the globe. And the second principle says that I must work under the interest of human development. It means that I need to share my information and education if I'm working for open education without having that popularity or financial benefits. So if I'm working under open education, I must know that I need to share my information, I need to share my knowledge, and I will not be having that popularity or monetary benefits out of that material, because I'm working for the interest of human development, and I'm working as to share the information as much as possible. So this is how your open education tags. After that, when we talk about the online content, we are having online content all over the internet, and with the bloom of last 2 years of that pandemic situation, where we have learned so many things online, we must need to know the categorization of online content. So whatever available on the internet is not meant for us, so we cannot copy anything from anywhere and use it as a material in our educational resources. We need to know that the content is divided into three parts, that is copyright, the second thing is Creative Commons, and the third one is public domain. We must know the difference between all these three contents when we are using anything online. If you are copying something from internet and just putting in your presentation, or just putting into your PDF files and circulating them to your students, then it's entirely wrong. You must know what is under copyright, what is under Creative Commons, and what is under public domain, and what content I can easily use without any hap or hazards of that copyright issues or other restrictions that are there on the online platform. So the very first thing is copyright content. So whenever you find this symbol anywhere on any kind of material, then it is termed as a copyright content. So a symbol with C means I have put my legal things on my content. So copyright content is a legal means of protecting an author's work. If I feel that my work is very important for me, I must have that exclusive publication, distribution and usage rights for myself, and that is termed as copyright content. I cannot use anyone's copyright content for my benefits, or I cannot use someone's copyright content in my presentations or in my videos or in my notes. So this means whatever content the author has created cannot be used or published by anyone else without the consent of author, unless and until the author gives you the access. If I am having something with me and that is under copyright, then you need to ask my permission to use that. You need to ask my consent for that I'm ready that you can use my content in your part. Now, what are the examples for copyright content? What falls under copyright content items? The very first thing is books, poems, plays. So any of the book that is under copyright, the poems by many of the poeters, then plays, songs, films and artwork. So whatever you are using, that is under copyright if it is divided into these sections. So if I'm using film, if I'm using someone's song, then I can fall under the copyright problem. The second type of content which is available online is the public domain content. Now, this is the entirely different from the entirely opposite of the copyright content. So, I'm having the symbol as C and there is a not sign over that. So, it is a designation for content that is not protected. You can easily use this content. It is not protected by any of the copyright or any of the other restriction, and it may be freely copied. You can easily copy this, you can easily share this, you can easily alter this and republish by yourself. So you will not fall under the category of copyright legislations or laws when you are using a public domain content. So music, films, literature, images, software, patents, mathematical formulas, these all fall under the category of public domain. Now a question arises, in the previous slide also I have written music, films and literature, then why I'm writing this under public domain? So those films which are published 100 years back, the musics which are published 70 or 100 years back, you can use them because they are not following under the copyright. So there are some laws for every category. You need to check that if a music is for 70 years or 100 years till the death of the producer or the composer, then you need to find out the exact number of years when you can use the content as public domain content. Other than that, the softwares, patents, mathematical formulas which are falling under this logo, it means this is a public domain content. And the third one, which is the most important one, and we are going to learn about this, is the Creative Commons. We are going to learn what does this means and how we can use it. So Creative Commons licenses gives everyone from individual creators to large institution a standardized way to grant the public permission to use their creative work. So if I'm putting my content under Creative Commons, then I'm allowing you to have few permissions over my content so that you can use my content for your work. From the reuser perspective, if I'm reusing someone's work, the presence of Creative Commons license on a copyright work answers the question, what can I do with this work? So if I have put some kind of Creative Commons, there are total of 4 Creative Commons different Creative Commons laws, and you can select any combination and you can put that on your content. We will learn in the next tutorial what type of content is available under Creative Commons, what I can reuse, what I can reproduce, and what other things I can use on the content. So all these things are falling under the open content. Whenever you are using online content, you must know that there are 3 categories and you need to find out something in public domain or you need to find something under CC, that is Creative Commons. Please do not share or use any copyright content online. You may fall in some problem I'm not saying that you can use anywhere. From our side, it's a request: never use a copyright content for someone's who doesn't want his or her content to be used by anyone. You will fall under some problem if you're using someone's copyright content. Try to use Creative Commons and public domain contents. In the further videos, I'm going to explain about the Creative Commons, and then you will get clear what kind of content you can use under Creative Commons and what are the other things which fall under Creative Commons. Thank you so much for watching this video.